Donald Trump in popular culture. Donald Trump, 45th President of the United States, has attracted considerable media attention during his career as a celebrity personality, businessman, and politician. He has received numerous portrayals and made numerous appearances in popular culture since the 1980s, including cameo appearances on film and television. Art. In 1989, Ralph Wolf Cowan painted a portrait of Trump called The Visionary, which hangs in Trump's Palm Beach residence of Mar-a-Lago. Trump is alluded to with Maurizio Catalan's 2016 sculpture America, a fully functioning toilet made of solid gold. During the 2016 election, various artworks were made to satirize Donald Trump. These include Make Everything Great Again, a street art mural by Dominikas Sakauskas and Mindaugas Benanu depicting Trump French kissing Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, and The Emperor Has No Balls, a series of sculptures depicting a nude Trump by the anarchist collective In Decline. Cuban artist Edel Rodriguez painted a series of anti-Trump artworks for various magazines, including Time magazine and Der Spiegel. Il Nagor also created a piece titled Make America Great Again, which depicted Trump naked. The artwork was censored on social media sites, delisted from eBay, and refused by galleries in the United States due to security concerns. It attracted bids of over £100,000 after going on display at Maddox Gallery in Mayfair, London, although the artist was anonymously threatened with legal action. A life-size stainless steel sculpture of Trump, We the People, or Trump and His Magic Wand, was shown at a conservative political action conference in February 2021. Stephen Colbert commented, "Nothing says the party of Christian values like worshipping a golden idol." Comics. Since 1986, he has been depicted in the Doonesbury comic strip by Gary Trudeau, prompting an unfavorable response from Trump. In 2016, the Trump strips were released as a paperback. Huge. 30 Years of Doonesbury on Trump. Trump was also depicted in Berkeley Breathes' long-running political cartoon strip, Bloom County, since 1989, where his brain was placed inside the body of Bill the Cat after being hit by an anchor on his yacht, Trump Princess. In 1990, a Dilbert comic strip indirectly referred to Trump as God of Capitalism. In the 1986 comic The Man of Steel, the villain Lex Luthor is reimagined as an evil corporate executive, based in part on Trump. In 1989, a one-issue Lex Luthor, the unauthorized biography, was published, with a cover mirroring Trump's book Trump, The Art of the Deal. During the 2016 election, various comic artists satirized Trump and his campaign. For example, following Pepe the Frog's association to the Trump campaign and the alt-right, Matt Fury published a satirical take of his appropriation on the nib. In addition to sporadic appearances throughout its main line, Mad Magazine has made Trump the main subject of two special issues titles, Mad About Trump 2017 and Mad About the Trump Era 2018. He is also parodied in the 2017 Mortadelo and Fileman Pie albums, El Capo Si Escapa, Drones Metones, and El 60 Aniversario. Trump appears in a 2020 story of the Japanese manga Death Note. Here, he encounters Ryuk, a god of death, in the Oval Office. Films. Trump played himself as the Plaza Hotel owner in a cameo appearance in the 1992 movie Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. He also appeared as a guest in many films and series such as The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, The Job, Suddenly Susan, Sex and the City, The Drew Carey Show, 2 Weeks' Notice, Spin City, The Nanny, The Associate, The Little Rascals, Zoolander, and Eddie. Plans for a film based on The Art of the Deal were announced in 1988, but has not yet been produced. Another film, Trump, What's the Deal?" was screened twice in New York in July 1991, but was not publicly released until it became available on the Internet in 2015. In 2005, ABC aired Trump Unauthorized, a biographical television film starring Justin Louis as Trump. Although Trump was not involved with the film, he considered it a great compliment. Despite previously threatening to sue the filmmakers, it contained inaccuracies. Trump appeared with Rudy Giuliani in the 2005 documentary Giuliani Time. You've Been Trumped 2011, a documentary film by Anthony Baxter, follows Trump's efforts to develop a Scottish golf resort. When it was announced that the documentary was to premiere on BBC Two television in the UK on October 21, 2012, the screening went ahead, with the BBC defending the decision and stating that Trump had refused the opportunity to take part in the film. In 2016, Funny or Die released a parody film called Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal, the movie with Johnny Depp portraying Trump. Trump was also portrayed by Jeff Rector in the 2020 fantasy comedy film Bad President. As the October 2015 date featured in the Back to the Future films approached, media outlets began noting similarities between the older version of the Biff Tannen character in Back to the Future Part II and then presidential candidate Trump. Screenwriter Bob Gale said, "Yeah, that's what we were thinking about." Rolling Stone observes that Biff resides in a palatial penthouse atop a casino, which bears a striking resemblance to the Trump Plaza Hotel. Trump is character in the 2019 English-Belgian CGI comedy The Queen's Corgi. In the film, he and Melania Trump along with their dog Mitzi visits Buckingham Palace to meet Queen Elizabeth. Literature. Donald Trump, along with the Trump Tower, is depicted in the 1986 book I'll Take Manhattan. Trump himself appears in the 1987 miniseries adaptation. A parody of Trump is the main villain in the 1992 The Destroyer novel Ghost in the Machine. The erotic novel Trump Tower 2011 includes Trump as a character. It was originally marketed as authored by Trump. Andrew Schaffer's satirical book, The Day of the Donald 2016, imagines Trump winning the 2016 presidential election and discusses his second year as America's 45th president. The TV series Twin Peaks 2017 features a mysterious artifact called the Owl Cave Ring. In Mark Frost's book Twin Peaks, The Final Dossier 2017, it is implied that Trump may have worn this ring. The 2018 poetry collection Sincerity by Carol Ann Duffy, British poet laureate, includes a poem entitled Swearing In. It begins Combover, Twitter rat, tweet twat, tripe gob, muckspout, includes the expressions tie treader and mandrake mimmerkin, and ends Welcome to the White House. Music. Since the 1980s, Donald Trump's wealth and lifestyle have been a fixture of hip-hop lyrics, his name being quoted by more than 50 artists. In 2011, rapper Mac Miller released his Donald Trump song about rising to Trump-level riches, which became a Billboard hit. The billionaire subsequently requested royalties for using his name, starting a feud with Miller. In 2016, rapper YG released a single titled FDT, referring to Trump in a disparaging manner. In November 2019, Trump visited Madison Square Garden, where people yelled the lyrics of the song at him. Television. Since 1988, Trump and members of his family have been parodied on Saturday Night Live SNL. He has hosted SNL twice, in 2004 and 2015. Trump is one of 4 presidents who have appeared on Saturday Night Live and the only president to have hosted the show. On SNL, Trump has been impersonated by several people, including Phil Hartman, Darrell Hammond, and Alec Baldwin. Trump appeared on The Oprah Winfrey Show in 1988 and 2011. When asked in 1988 he considered running for president, he said he would never want to rule it out totally. In 1999, he said that he would like Oprah Winfrey as his running mate. Trump has appeared on and been involved in WWE programming professional wrestling several times since the late 1980s. At WrestleMania 23, he won the right to shave Vince McMahon's hair, after betting that Bobby Lashley would beat Umaga in a match. Young Donald Trump is portrayed in an episode of Quantum Leap from 1992. From 1996 to 2015, Trump owned part or all of the Miss Universe pageants. He was selected for a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2007 for producing the shows. A 2000 The Simpsons episode shows a future where Trump has been president. Writer Dan Greeny said in 2016, "What we needed was for Lisa to have problems beyond her fixing, that everything went as bad as it possibly could, and that's why we had Trump be president before her. That just seemed like the logical last stop before hitting bottom. It was consistent with the vision of America going insane." After Donald Trump won the 2016 election, The Simpsons used the phrase "being right sucks" in a chalkboard gag. Trump hosted the reality show The Apprentice and its spin-off The Celebrity Apprentice between 2004 and 2015. Further TV projects have at times been announced and canceled. Trump is portrayed in a 2005 episode of American Dad, demanding money for the use of his The Apprentice catchphrase "You're fired." In February 2005, a parody of Trump Donald Grump appeared on Sesame Street. Trump appears in the 2010 documentary drama America, Story of Us. In April 2011, Trump attended the White House Correspondents' Dinner featuring comedian Seth Meyers. President Barack Obama used the occasion to present several prepared jokes mocking Trump. Retrospectively, Trump claimed, "I didn't feel humiliated, I had a great time." So the press is very dishonest. They don't report the truth, and therefore it's just easier not to go. Trump has been portrayed on epic rap battles of history 3 times since 2013, being played by Peter Shukoff once and Lloyd Alquist twice. On the show, he first battled against Ebenezer Scrooge and later political opponents Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. A parody of Trump is President of Canada in a 2015 episode of South Park, Where My Country Gone. In later episodes, Mr. Garrison changes into a more Trump-like persona when he becomes President of the United States. Jimmy Fallon has done impressions of Trump on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon since 2015. On February 28, 2016, Trump was the subject of a segment of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver that was named after him. The segment, hosted by comedian John Oliver, was critical of Trump. Trump was also featured in later Last Week Tonight segments, including one regarding Trump's plans for a border wall on May 20 and another regarding Trump University. On The Late Show with Stephen Colbert frequently features a caricature of Trump called Cartoon Donald Trump. Colbert's reasoning for including a cartoon version of Trump is because he felt that Trump had resorted to almost cartoonish tactics. Meanwhile, on Jimmy Kimmel Live, host Jimmy Kimmel wrote 2 Dr. Seuss-like books, Winners Aren't Losers and its sequel Winners Still Aren't Losers. Both of these books were featured when Trump was the guest star. On the show, Kimmel would read it out loud to Trump, having Trump read the last word on both occasions. Vic Berger, a frequent collaborator for the comedy duo Tim and Eric, created a series of Trump-related videos for Super Deluxe. Each of these videos remix various Trump debate appearances with air horns and crowds chanting Trump's name. The 2016 web series You Got Trumped, The First 100 Days takes a darkly comic look at what Trump's first 100 days in office would look like. The series stars John Domenico as Trump and Ron Sparks as Chris Christie, his whipping boy. The President Show, starring Anthony Atamanuik as Trump and Peter Gross as Mike Pence, debuted on Comedy Central on April 27, 2017. Atamanuik started impersonating Trump in 2015. Trump was portrayed negatively in the anime adaptation of Inuyashiki, played by Bill Fleming, where he dismisses the lives that will be lost from an incoming meteor strike. Trump also makes a brief appearance in the anime Devilman Crybaby. Trump is portrayed by Gerson Andrade in the Mexican political parody show El Privilegio Demander. Archived footage of Donald Trump's 2016 U.S. presidential campaign announcement was used in the Arrested Development episode Self-Deportation Season 5, Episode 2. Family Guy portrayed Trump in a 2019 episode. Peter has been hired by Trump, and the family moves to Washington. Brendan Gleeson plays President Trump in the 2020 CBS miniseries, The Khmer Rule. Trump has been portrayed numerous of times on America's Got Talent, but most notably by Jeff Tracta as the singing Trump in the show's The 12th season, who advanced past auditions receiving 3 yes votes from the judges but was later eliminated during the quarterfinals. The 2020 version of the British puppet show Spitting Image included Trump. Voice actor Matt Ford said doing his voice is the most fun I've ever had at work. He's part Trump, part Cartman from South Park. According to the show's producer, NBC decided not to schedule it due to nervousness. The 2020 Animaniacs revival included Trump. In one episode, he is the Cyclops in a version of the Odyssey. Hair. Trump's hairstyle has been mentioned frequently by the media. His hairstyle has been described as a comb-over. In 2004, the Chicago Tribune wrote that Trump is known for his gaudy casinos and unusual mane of copper hair. David Letterman made a joke about Trump's hair in 2008, likening it to a chihuahua. During a 2011 interview with Rolling Stone, Trump said, "I get a lot of credit for comb-overs. But it's not really a comb-over. It's sort of a little bit forward and back. I've combed it the same way for years. Same thing every time." A gallery of photographs depicting Trump's hairstyle across 4 decades was published in 2015. In various late-night talk shows and interviews, Trump's hair has humorously been suggested to be a wig, so he has let the interviewers touch his hair to verify its authenticity. In 2009, singer Casey Jones released a song titled Donald Trump's Hair, which reached #1 on Reverb Nation's comedy charts. In early 2011, Vanity Fair wrote that Trump would run for president in 2012, and did a series of pieces satirically comparing the birther controversy over the authenticity of incumbent President Obama's short-form birth certificate to a hypothetical balders controversy over the authenticity of Trump's hair. In a June 2015 speech for his 2016 presidential campaign, Trump said he would change his hairstyle if he were elected. Vanity Fair published 2 claymation videos making fun of Trump's anthropomorphized hair in late 2015. In 2017, the physician to the president Ronnie Jackson stated that Trump took daily doses of Propecia, a branded treatment for the prevention of male pattern hair loss. In Michael Wolff's 2018 book Fire and Fury, Trump's daughter Ivanka Trump allegedly described the mechanics of her father's hair as an absolutely clean pate, a contained island after scalp reduction surgery surrounded by a furry circle of hair around the sides and front. Impatience resulted in Trump's orange-blonde hair color. In September 2016, Jimmy Fallon invited Donald Trump to be a guest on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Trump was asked by Fallon if he could mess up his hair. Trump agreed to the offer and allowed Fallon to mess his hair up. Following the hair incident, Fallon was accused by critics that he was humanizing Trump after Trump had pressed more on the zero-tolerance policy under the Trump administration. Trump later tweeted, "Jimmy Fallon is now whimpering to all that he did the famous hair show with me where he seriously messed up my hair, and that he would have now done it differently because it is said to have humanized me. He is taking heat." He called and said monster ratings. Be a man, Jimmy. Following that tweet, Fallon quickly tweeted back saying that he will donate to the race's charity in an effort to help families being separated at the border. In February 2018, a video shot of Trump boarding Air Force One against a gust of wind clearly showed the comb-over. The video went viral and was critiqued on the internet. Skin color. Comedians and critics of Donald Trump, as well as the media, have often remarked on the color of his skin, considering it unusually orange. Comedian Alec Baldwin, who played a satirized version of Donald Trump on Saturday Night Live, described Trump's look as somewhere between Mark Rothko orange and a slightly paler orange crush, while in 2013, the American comedian Bill Maher offered to pay $5 million to a charity if Donald Trump would produce his birth certificate to prove that Trump's mother had not mated with an orangutan, apparently a reference to Trump's orange hue, as well as a response to Trump's previous demand. Trump would go on to file a lawsuit against Maher, claiming the comedian owed the promised $5 million. Orange man bad. The phrase "orange man bad" became a popular expression among Trump's supporters who use it to mock his critics, beginning with his first election campaign. Orange man bad attempts to summarize all criticisms of Trump as bad faith ad hominem about his skin color and not his policies. In 2016, Barack Obama, Trump's black predecessor as president, appeared on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and joked that orange is not the new black, referencing the series Orange is the New Black. Skin tanning regimen. Trump has rarely referenced his orange hue without being prompted to. However, in 2019, in an address to Republican legislators, he said, "The light bulb." People said, "What's with the light bulb?" I said, "Here's the story." And I looked at it. The bulb that we're being forced to use. Number one, to me, most importantly, the light's no good. I always look orange. And so do you. The light is the worst. Trump then added that the energy-efficient bulb was many times more expensive than the incandescent light bulb, but was of poorer quality. What are we doing? It's considered hazardous waste, but it's many times more expensive, and frankly the light is not as good. People are very happy about it. It's amazing. In February 2020, an unverified Twitter account called White House Photos posted a photograph of the president in which Trump's face bore a notable tan line. The image depicted the stark contrast between Trump's seemingly orange facial features and the paler skin around the side of his face, and the photograph received widespread attention in the media and on the internet, even inspiring a sketch on Saturday Night Live. Trump himself said the image had been photoshopped.